Have you ever truly paused to think about what it means to care for yourself, really care for the long haul as you grow older? Not just getting through the day or managing your aches, but actually living with strength, clarity, and peace of mind. As we age, self-care can feel more complicated. Our bodies slow down, energy levels shift, and familiar routines start to change. But here's the truth. Thriving in later life doesn't require expensive treatments or complex routines. Real, lasting well-being comes from simple, consistent habits, done with care and intention. In this video, we'll explore 7 essential self-care practices that can help you feel your best in your later years. These aren't generic tips, they're proven habits that active, healthy older adults use every day, from how you move, eat, and rest, to how you care for your mindset and emotions. Each step can make a meaningful difference. By the end, you'll not only know how to take care of your body, but also how to nurture your peace of mind and inner strength. Because great self-care in old age isn't about doing everything, it's about doing the right things that bring dignity, balance, and joy. Let's begin. Tip 1. Move a little every day. One of the best things you can do for yourself as you age is to keep your body in motion daily. You don't need to power walk miles or join a gym. What matters most is that you move consistently in ways that suit your energy and lifestyle. A short walk around the block, gentle stretching in the morning, or light balance exercises in your living room can do one. The truth is, once you stop moving, many parts of your health can begin to decline. Muscle strength, joint flexibility, circulation, even your digestion and mood. But when you keep moving, you're signaling to your body, I'm still here, I still want to live fully. Take Walter, a 78-year-old retired mailman from Indiana. Every morning, rain or shine, he walks to the end of his street and back. Not to lose weight or hit a step count, but because it centers him. He says it gives him clarity and a sense of purpose. In his words, the day I stop moving is the day I stop living. So, if movement is already a part of your life, well done. And if not, remember, it's never too late to begin. Whether you stretch in bed, stroll through your garden, or simply rise and sit with focus a few times a day, it all counts. Small, regular movements rebuild strength, improve balance, and help you stay independent. Tip 2. Eat simple, nourishing meals. As you get older, a healthy diet doesn't need to be complicated. In fact, the simpler and more natural your meals are, the better they tend to support your body. You don't need a strict diet or trendy food plan. You need meals that are easy to digest, energizing, and satisfying. That usually means sticking to whole foods, fresh vegetables, lean proteins, healthy fats, and whole grains in portions that feel right for you. When meals are predictable and balanced, your body finds its rhythm. That means fewer stomach upsets, more stable energy, and better overall comfort. Don't forget hydration. Many older adults unintentionally drink less water because the feeling of thirst diminishes with age. But staying hydrated helps everything: your memory, your joints, your skin, your organs. Those who thrive in later life often keep it simple: a glass of water with meals, some herbal tea during the day, and gentle reminders to keep sipping. Remember, eating well and staying hydrated aren't about perfection. They're about consistency. It's how you nourish not just your body, but your sense of well-being and peace. Let's take Mary, an 80-year-old from Oklahoma, who eats the same breakfast every morning: oatmeal with blueberries, a boiled egg, and warm lemon water. She says it may sound boring to others, but for her, it's a ritual. It makes her feel grounded. Her digestion is smooth, her energy is even, and she never has to stand in the kitchen wondering what to eat. That kind of routine frees up mental space and creates peace around food, which is something many people don't realize until they've experienced it. And the beauty of a nourishing routine is that it doesn't mean giving up joy. It means knowing what feels good in your body and sticking with it most of the time. You can still enjoy your favorite treats now and then, but the foundation, the regular meals that keep you going, should be simple, wholesome, and gentle on your system. If you're still watching this video and finding these insights valuable, please comment number 2 below to let me know you're here. And if you haven't subscribed yet, I recommend you subscribe and turn on the bell so you don't miss any video. Your support helps us continue creating good content to inform and inspire you. Now, let's move forward. Number 3. A regular sleep schedule. Another vital part of caring for yourself in old age is honoring a regular sleep schedule, going to bed and waking up at about the same time every day, even on weekends or when there's nowhere you need to be. While it might sound simple, this one habit can have a profound impact on how you feel, think, and function throughout your day. And for many seniors, sleep becomes more fragile over time. What once came easily now takes more intention. But when you commit to a steady rhythm, you give your body and brain the structure they need to rest, repair, and recharge properly. The truth is, your body loves predictability. When it knows when to wind down and when to wake up, your internal clock, called the circadian rhythm, works better. This affects everything from your hormone levels to your digestion, your mood, to your memory. Seniors who keep a consistent sleep routine often notice that they feel more alert during the day, less anxious in the evenings, and more emotionally stable overall. It's not about sleeping longer, it's about sleeping better. Disrupted sleep can quickly take a toll. Waking up multiple times during the night, feeling groggy in the morning, or drifting off during the day are signs that your sleep cycle might be out of sync. But instead of chasing sleep with pills or gadgets, many seniors find that returning to a basic routine helps the most. That means dimming the lights an hour before bed, turning off screens, avoiding heavy meals late in the evening, and doing something calming like reading, praying, or gentle stretching. These quiet signals let your body know it's time to rest. And it's not just about nighttime. What you do during the day matters too. Getting a little morning sunlight, moving your body, and keeping your naps short and early all help your brain distinguish between day and night. When you respect these boundaries, your sleep becomes more natural, more restorative, and more likely to leave you feeling clear-headed and steady the next morning. Let's look at Gerald, a 79-year-old from New Hampshire. He used to stay up late watching the news and sleep in when he could, but he never felt fully rested. Then he started going to bed at 9:30 every night and waking up at 6 a.m., even if he didn't have any plans. At first, it was just an experiment, but within a week his energy improved, his mind felt sharper, and he says now at nearly 80, he feels more rested than he did in his 60s. That kind of consistency gives the body a chance to do what it's naturally built to do: heal, rebuild, and restore itself from the inside out. And more than that, it brings peace. There's comfort in knowing when your day begins and ends. It anchors you, it settles your nerves. And in a world where so many things are out of our control, choosing a regular sleep rhythm is one of the simplest ways to feel like your life still has structure and order. So if you're already keeping to a regular sleep schedule, stay with it. And if you're not quite there yet, know that it's never too late to start. Begin with a small commitment, 10 minutes earlier to bed or one consistent wake-up time. You might be surprised by how much your body thanks you for it. Number 4. Monitoring your emotional well-being. One of the most overlooked yet essential parts of self-care in old age is keeping a steady eye on your emotional well-being. As we get older, it becomes easier to focus only on our physical health, taking our pills, watching our diets, keeping up with doctor visits. But emotional health, that's just as important, if not more so. Because how you feel on the inside, your sense of peace, your connection to others, your ability to cope with change, will shape every other part of your day. And seniors who thrive are the ones who keep tending to their emotional garden, even when no one else sees it. Let's be honest, growing older comes with challenges that can weigh on the heart. Friends move away or pass on, families get busy, energy dip, and if you're not careful, isolation or worry can start to creep in. But the good news is, you have more control than you think. When you pay attention to your emotional life, when you regularly check in with yourself, asking, how am I really doing today? You give yourself a chance to stay steady, centered, and calm no matter what's happening around you. Seniors who care for their emotional health often develop a few simple habits that make a big difference. They make time to talk to people they trust, even if it's just a short phone call. They engage in quiet routines like journaling, prayer, or listening to calming music that helps them process their feelings instead of ignoring them. And they allow themselves to feel things fully: grief, joy, frustration, hope, without judging themselves for it. There's real strength in being emotionally present. It means you haven't shut yourself off from the world. It means you're still alive inside. And when others sense that in you, they're more likely to reach out, to connect, to share their own stories with you. In that way, tending to your emotional well-being doesn't just help you, it invites others in. It builds connection. Take Sandra, an 82-year-old from Georgia, who says she starts every day with one question: what am I feeling today? She writes it down in a little notebook. Just a few words. Some days it's tired but hopeful. Other days it's missing someone. But no matter what comes out, she says just writing it down makes her feel more honest, more grounded, and more in control. It's not therapy. It's self-awareness. And it keeps her heart. Sometimes emotional care also means knowing when to ask for help. Whether it's a counselor, a support group, or simply a friend who listens well, reaching out is not weakness, it's wisdom. It's knowing that your emotional health is worth protecting. And in fact, studies show that seniors with strong emotional health recover faster from illness, sleep better, and report more satisfaction in life, even in the face of physical decline. So, if you've been quietly pushing your emotions aside, or if you've been feeling a little off without knowing why, take that as a gentle nudge. Start small, talk to someone, write something down, sit quietly with your thoughts instead of running from them. Because when your emotional world is stable, the rest of life becomes easier to carry. If you're still watching this video and finding these insights valuable, please comment number 4 below to let me know you're here. And if you haven't subscribed yet, I recommend you subscribe and turn on the bell so you don't miss any videos. Your support helps us continue creating good content to inform and inspire you. Now, let's move forward. Number 5. Maintaining hygiene and grooming habits. Caring for yourself perfectly in old age isn't just about what's happening inside your body. It's also about how you present yourself to the world. And one of the strongest yet often underestimated ways to do that is by maintaining basic hygiene and grooming habits. That means keeping clean, wearing clothes that make you feel comfortable and confident, and paying attention to the little details like trimming your nails, brushing your hair, and making sure you smell fresh when you step out the door. These might sound like small things, but they carry enormous weight when it comes to how you feel about yourself and how others interact with you. Good hygiene isn't about vanity, it's about dignity. When you take the time to care for your appearance, you're sending a message to yourself and the world: I still matter. And that belief, more than any cream or pill, is what keeps many seniors feeling vital and engaged. It helps you carry yourself with pride. Whether you're seeing friends, going to a doctor's appointment, or simply looking in the mirror, as we age, some hygiene routines can become more physically demanding. Maybe your hands aren't as steady as they used to be, or it's harder to reach certain places in the shower. But those who continue to prioritize cleanliness and grooming find creative ways to adapt. They invest in tools that make things easier, ask for help when needed, or build routines that work for their current ability without giving up on the habit entirely. Because what's at stake isn't just cleanliness, it's self-respect. And it's not just about your own sense of worth. Others notice too. Seniors who keep up with their grooming tend to be treated with more respect. There's a subtle, unspoken appreciation that people have for someone who still shows up with neat clothes, a clean face, and a sense of self-care. It communicates that you're alert, that you care about being present, and that you haven't given in to the idea that aging means fading away. Let's take Roy, a 76-year-old from Michigan, who hasn't missed a morning shave in over 40 years. Even after retiring, even after slowing down, he still shaves, combs his hair, and puts on a fresh button-down shirt every day. Even if he's just staying home, he says it helps him feel awake, like he's stepping into the day on purpose. And that simple act, done in the mirror each morning, reminds him that he's still in charge of how he faces the world. And for many seniors, grooming can also be a source of joy. Wearing a favorite sweater, adding a splash of cologne, or getting a haircut can lift your spirits in ways you don't always expect. It's a moment of normalcy, of ritual, of beauty. And it reinforces the message that you're still here and you still deserve to feel good in your skin. So if you're still taking the time to care for your hygiene, to dress with intention, and to keep yourself looking and feeling fresh, you're doing more than just a routine. You're preserving your identity. You're protecting your confidence, and you're reminding the world and yourself that growing older doesn't mean growing invisible. It means growing into someone who knows their worth every single day. Number 6. Stimulating your mind every day. Another critical piece of caring for yourself perfectly in your later years is keeping your mind engaged, challenged, and active. Your brain, much like your muscles, thrives when it's used regularly. And while many people associate aging with inevitable mental decline, the truth is there are countless seniors who continue to think clearly, solve problems, and even learn new skills well into their 80s and beyond. What sets them apart isn't luck, it's intention. They make it a point to stimulate their minds every single day in ways that feel natural, enjoyable, and sustainable. Mental stimulation doesn't have to be complicated. In fact, it works best when it's woven into your everyday life. Reading a good book, working on a crossword puzzle, writing letters, learning how to use a new device, or even engaging in thoughtful conversations. All of these are forms of brain exercise. When you challenge your brain regularly, you strengthen your memory, improve your attention span, and maintain the kind of mental sharpness that keeps you independent, confident, and deeply connected to the world around you. One of the key benefits of mental engagement is how it affects your sense of purpose. Seniors who remain mentally active often say that they feel more useful, more involved, and more alive. That feeling, that sense that your mind still has something to offer, can lift your mood, reduce the risk of depression, and even protect against cognitive decline. It reminds you that aging doesn't mean stopping, it means adapt. And your brain, if given the right kind of stimulation, is capable of adapting for years longer than most people expect. Let's take Lillian, a 75-year-old retired school teacher from Maine. Every day, she spends about 30 minutes translating old journal entries from French to English. It's something she started doing just for fun, but over time, it's become a cherished part of her daily rhythm. She says it keeps her mind sharp, her vocabulary fresh, and her heart connected to a younger version of herself who once dreamed of traveling the world. And the best part, she's still learning, still stretching her brain in a way that brings both challenge and joy. The most successful seniors, mentally speaking, are those who stay curious. They don't settle for boredom or repetition. They look for opportunities to explore, even if it's just through a magazine article, a documentary, or a conversation with a neighbor about something new. This curiosity creates mental flexibility, and mental flexibility helps you adjust to life's changes without becoming rigid or overwhelmed. So, if you're already in the habit of reading, learning, writing, or creating, keep going. And if you've fallen out of practice, start small. Pick up a puzzle, write a letter, watch something new and reflect on it. The point isn't to become an expert. It's to remind your brain that it still has plenty of work to do and plenty of life left to live. If you're still watching this video and finding these insights valuable, please comment number 6 below to let me know you're here. And if you haven't subscribed yet, I recommend you subscribe and turn on the bell so you don't miss any videos. Your support helps us continue creating good content to inform and inspire you. Now, let's move forward. Number 7. Asking for help without shame. The final, and perhaps most underrated part of caring for yourself perfectly in old age, is learning how to ask for help when you need it, without feeling guilty, embarrassed, or like you failed. For many older adults, independence is a deeply held value. It's tied to identity, to pride, and to the belief that we should be able to take care of ourselves no matter what. But the truth is, aging gracefully doesn't mean doing everything alone. It means knowing what you can do, what you can't, and who you can trust to walk beside you when you need a hand. Asking for help isn't a weakness, it's a form of strength. It means you're aware of your limits, and wise enough to take steps before those limits turn into problems. Whether it's getting assistance with grocery shopping, asking a neighbor to change a light bulb, or reaching out to a loved one when your heart feels heavy, it all matters, and it all builds a foundation of safety, stability, and connection that supports every other part of your life. The seniors who do this best are the ones who've made peace with the idea that none of us were meant to go through life alone. They see help not as a loss of independence, but as a form of partnership. They understand that receiving support doesn't mean giving up control. It means choosing to stay strong in the areas that matter most while letting others assist where it makes life safer or more manageable. There's also a deep emotional benefit. When you allow others to help you, you create space for trust, closeness, and sometimes even healing. People want to feel useful. They want to show up for those they care about, and by asking for support, you're not burdening them. You're giving them a chance to show love, respect, and loyalty in a very real, practical way. Take Calvin, an 84-year-old from Nevada, who used to insist on doing all his yard work alone. It made him feel strong, until one day, he slipped and strained his back, pulling a heavy garbage bin. After that, he started asking his grandson to come over once a week to help. At first it felt uncomfortable, but over time, those visits turned into shared stories, inside jokes, and a bond that neither one of them expected. Calvin says he still feels strong, maybe even stronger, because now he's building something with someone, not just surviving on his own. That's what it's really about. Not losing your independence, but expanding what it means to live with dignity and wisdom. When you know when to reach out, when to accept help, and when to allow others to step in, you actually become more empowered, not less. You're able to direct your energy to the things that truly matter: your health, your peace of mind, and your relationships. So if you've been holding back from asking for help, maybe out of pride, fear, or just habit, let this be your gentle reminder. It's completely okay to lean on others. It's okay to admit you need support. And it's more than okay to say, I can't do this part alone, because the truth is, you don't have to. Letting others in, opening up to connection, might actually be one of the most powerful acts of self-care you can choose. Final thoughts. As we wrap up this video, I invite you to pause and really reflect on what we've explored together. These 7 tips weren't about being perfect or getting everything right. They're about treating yourself with consistency, kindness, and respect, the kind that honors who you are and who you're still becoming. Ask yourself, which tip spoke to you most deeply? Was it the simplicity of a daily walk, the peace of a regular bedtime, or maybe the quiet courage of reaching out for help? Caring for yourself in your 60s, 70s, and beyond isn't just about preventing illness or meeting wellness goals. It's about building a life that feels grounded, supported, and full of meaning. It's about making small, intentional choices every day that say, I still matter. My life is still meaningful. Because it is.